All right, ladies and gentlemen, great to see you again on Zoom meeting once again. So today, we have Miss Linda with us. So we will share you with the blueberry concentrate and also probiotics toothpaste. And Madam Linda, firstly, she will present us the coffee service products. So without further ado, let's invite Miss Linda uh, to share these functional coffee series products. Hello?
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is Linda from Greenwald International Business School. I'm honored here to share this topic with you. Let's begin. 20 years ago, Greenwald had laid the trend of introducing herbal tea as a measure of health regimen. Cooling plus tea, pine pollen tea, and cleansing tea, clear lemon tea, balsam pear tea, liquid care tea, porcelain tea once account for almost 50% of the total sales of Africa region. This herbal tea did many wonderful things to our health. Coffee is more popular in Western culture. In Africa, we dare see more people enjoy coffee than tea. If we say China is the birthplace of tea, Africa is the birthplace of coffee. Taking into African consumers' account, Greenwald is ready to lead a new trending of functional coffee. Same as mankind, coffee also originates from Africa. Ethiopia is considered to be the birthplace of the coffee plant. The most popular legend of coffee in Ethiopia goes like this. Calvi, an Abyssinian goat herder from Kaffa, was herding his goats through a highland area near a monastery. He noticed that they were behaving very strangely that day and had begun to jump around in an excited manner, bleating loudly and practically dancing on their hind legs. He found that the source of the excitement was a small shrub with bright red berries. Curiosity took hold, and he tried the berries for himself. Like his goat, Caldi felt the energizing effect of the hot coffee cherries. After filling his pocket with the red berries, he rushed home to his wife, and she advised him to go to the nearby monastery in order to share these heaven-sent berries with the monks there. Upon arrival at the monastery, Chaldee's coffee beans were not greeted with welcome, but with disdain. One monk called Chaldee's bounty the devil's work and tossed it into a fire. However, the aroma of the roasting beans was enough to make the monks give this novelty a second chance. They removed the coffee beans from the fire, crushed them to put out the glowing embers. They covered them with hot water in a ewer in order to preserve them. All the monks in the monastery smelled the aroma of the coffee and came to try it out. Much like the tea drinking Buddhist monks of China and Japan, these monks found that coffee's uplifting effects were beneficial in keeping them awake during their spiritual practice. They vowed that from then on, they would drink this newfound beverage each day as an aid to their religious devotion. The Great Rift Valley in East Africa was formed due to crustal fractures. It stretches from the Red Sea in the north to Mozambique in the south. Ethiopia is located on a plateau of the edge of the Great Rift Valley. Crustal fractures create chains of volcanoes. Mineral-rich volcanic ash from volcanic eruption falls on the Ethiopian plateau at an altitude of 1,500 to 2,000 meters. The monsoon blowing from the Indian Ocean cools up against the plateau, providing abundant rainfall to the Ethiopian plateau. The fertile soil, abundant rainfall, and appropriate altitude make this country the most suitable place for coffee growth. According to the United Nations statistics, coffee, tea, and cocoa are currently the three world-class beverages. Thousands of millions of people around the globe rely on coffee to help them start their day or get through a tough afternoon. In some countries, coffee drinking is a social ritual that brings people together. Plain coffee contains a small amount of micronutrients, including vitamins and minerals. A single serving has 118 milligrams per potassium, 7.2 milligrams magnesium, 7.1 milligrams of phosphorus, 0.1 milligrams per manganese, 4.7 micrograms of folate, 6.2 milligrams of chromium, and 4.8 milligrams sodium. Coffee is particularly rich in several powerful antioxidants, including hydroxynamic acid and polyphenols. Hydroxynamic acids are very effective at neutralizing free radicals and preventing oxidative stress. The polyphenols in coffee may prevent a number of conditions such as heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Why half of the global population find coffee drinking irresistible? Your brews give multiple health benefits. Number one, boost your energy. Coffee contains caffeine, a potent adenosine and antagonist. It can cross the blood-brain barrier easily due to its lipophilic properties. Adenosine is a chemical released by our brain when we feel tired. It constantly sends signals to our brain telling us the body is feeling fatigued. With a similar chemical structure of adenosine, caffeine takes its place to block adenosine sending signals to the brain. This is how we temporarily feel energetic after consuming coffee. But caffeine generally has only 4 hours half-life period. Once caffeine in our bloodstream wears off, adenosine continues its job. This is why after we stop drinking coffee for 5 to 6 hours, we feel even more tired. Number two, it is friendly to your blood sugar levels. The vast majority of evidence investigation coffee consumption and metabolic health consistently shows a beneficial association with a risk of type 2 diabetes. Mild consumption of coffee is linked to a decreased insulin resistance or improved insulin sensitivity and improved glucose tolerance. Direct effects on glucose tolerance appear to be caused by the antagonistic effects of chlorogenic acid on glucose transport, shifting glucose absorption to more distal parts of the intestine, rather than acting through the incretin hormones. Number 3, help decrease energy intake. Consuming 3 cups of coffee per day can also decrease energy intake by improving satiety hormones such as ghrelin and serotonin. This could result in decreasing levels of body fat. Most studies have shown that either the monooligosaccharides or polyphenols in coffee can increase or stimulate postprandial fat utilization, thus promoting excretion of fat in the feces. Number 4, it has positive link to improvements in neurological disorders. Coffee beans are rich in antioxidants, which are compounds that protect cells against damage. Its antioxidative properties actually come from the phenolic compounds. These are a series of plant-sourced nutrients that play a key role in your body's defense system, protecting it from oxidative stress and inflammation. Moderate coffee consumption has been positively linked to improvements in a number of neurological disorders. The protective effect of coffee on the risk of Parkinson's disease is due to certain alkaloid compounds within coffee acting as monoamine oxidase inhibitors. Although consumption of coffee over a short period may associate with restlessness, anxiety, dizziness, upset stomach, and irritability. Observational studies have shown that the health benefits of moderate coffee consumption clearly outweigh the risks of many common health concerns. Greenwald integrate the 3,000 years of TCM with coffee to develop a series of functional coffee. So far, there are 4 in Africa market. They are Ganoderma coffee, blueberry coffee, Trifolium pratense coffee for women, and ashwagandha coffee for men. The first product is Ganoderma coffee. Ganoderma coffee is a beverage that contains Ganoderma lucidum, which is a type of mushroom. This fungus grows on live trees. In Chinese language, the name Lingzhi represents a combination of spiritual potency and essence of immortality, and is regarded as the herb of spiritual potency. Oh, please mute your microphone. Thank you. Symbolizing success, well-being, divine power, and longevity. Ganoderma are recognized for their 2 most effective components, polysaccharides and triterpenes. Polysaccharides are extracted from the fluid body, spores, and mycelium of Ganoderma. They help fill the body with vitality, aid in toxin reduction, inhibit and eliminate pathogenic invaders such as viruses, bacteria, and fungi such as Candida. Polysaccharides also exhibit anti-tumor and immune-stimulating effects. Triterpenes, on the other hand, have been proven to have a wide range of beneficial effects on the body, including antioxidative, anti-inflammatory, anti-hypertensive, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-asthmatic, anti-tumor, anti-HIV, cholesterol balancing, and hepatoprotective effects. The main health benefits of Ganoderma coffee are as follows. Number one, boosting immunity. Consuming Ganoderma coffee can enhance the immune system by facilitating faster antibody responses against invading bacteria or viruses, reducing harm to the body. Research from 2009 confirmed that using Ganoderma can enhance a patient's immune response to infection. Ganoderma strengthens white blood cells, enabling the body to react more rapidly when detecting bacterial and viral invasions, preventing further harm from these pathogens before they can cause damage to our bodies. Number two, maintaining liver health and strength. Consuming Ganoderma coffee can help maintain liver health and reduce toxins in the liver. Since 2000, over 30 scientific studies have confirmed this, and the research also found that Ganoderma can increase the liver's regenerative rate. Ganoderma provides comprehensive liver protection. Additionally, in cases of liver injury, Ganoderma promotes liver cell proliferation, aiding in the process of repair. Number three, beneficial or for cardiovascular health. Consuming Ganoderma coffee has a direct positive impact on cardiovascular health. The active compounds in Ganoderma have cholesterol-lowering, cholesterol-reducing, and antioxidant properties. A test involving 398 participants concluded that Ganoderma intake helps lower cholesterol, fasting blood glucose, triglycerides, and diabetes symptoms, particularly in type 2 diabetes. Improving cholesterol, blood pressure, and low-density lipoprotein levels is beneficial for cardiovascular health. Number four, combating fatigue and depression. Apart from its immune system benefits, Ganoderma has other potential advantages. Preliminary research indicates that Ganoderma can reduce fatigue, anxiety, and depression, and improve the quality of life for certain patients. A study involving 132 patients with neurasthenia found that after 8 weeks of Ganoderma consumption, fatigue decreased and health conditions improved. Another study discovered that after 4 weeks of ganoderma consumption among 48 breast cancer survivors, fatigue decreased, and the quality of life improved. The study also found a reduction in anxiety and depression symptoms. Blueberries are known as a superfood because they are highly nutritious, containing loads of powerful antioxidants. Blueberries are a rich source of essential nutrients, including vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K, manganese, zinc, selenium, and other nutrients, but with very low calories. It's rich in dietary fiber that improves bowel movements. Blueberries contain rich source of antioxidants, especially polyphenols, including anthocyanins, pterostilbene, and resveratrol. Blueberry coffee brings us multiple health benefits. Number one, improving memory. Blueberries have been shown to help maintain memory and prevent cognitive decline. Number two, fighting inflammation. Phytonutrients such as flavonoids, polyphenols, and vitamin C are responsible for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activities. They can aid in wound healing, supporting the immune system, and providing anti-aging properties. Number three, improving eyesight. Blueberries are natural source of anthocyanins and beta-carotene, making it an excellent fruit for maintaining integrity of the eye, improving the synthesis of the rhodopsin, thus improving the dark vision. It also helps relieve the eye strain. Number four, neutralizing free radicals. As long as we breathe, digest, and metabolize, we produce free radicals. Excess free radicals results in oxidative stress, which is the main culprit of many chronic diseases, including chronic inflammation, neurodegenerative diseases, type 2 diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. Rich in antioxidants, blueberries can neutralize excess free radicals, thus preventing many chronic health conditions caused by oxidative stress. Controlled oxidative stress may contribute to delayed aging and degenerative diseases. Trifolium pretends coffee is exclusively developed for women. The main ingredients include red clover, kudzu vine root, flaxseed, and rose. Red clover, rich in isoflavone, which regulate estrogen levels in opposite directions. Alleviate PMS, alleviate menopausal and premenopausal syndromes. Kudzu vine root and rose alleviate menopausal and premenopausal syndromes. Flaxseed maintain heart health, soothe discomfort during menstruation, support cognitive function, maintain bone and joint health. First, let's talk about Trifolium pratense. It has a common name, red clover. It has been used in Western countries as a remedy for menopause symptoms, bone loss, and high cholesterol. This is due to plant chemicals called isoflavones, which may regulate estrogen levels in two directions. Isoflavones are a type of phytoestrogen with a chemical structure similar to estrogen, a key sex hormone in women's body. The effect of isoflavones is to quickly occupy the position to be bound with the estrogen receptors on the surface of the cells, so natural estrogen has less chance binding with those estrogen receptors. In terms of speed, isoflavone is 1,000 times faster than natural estrogen. But its estrogen effect is 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 10,000 of estrogen. That is to say, the small amount of isoflavone you take from trifolium proteins coffee will go to occupy the position to bind with the estrogen receptors on the surface of the cells instead of playing the part as estrogen. So large amount of natural estrogen will not be able to bind with the estrogen receptors on the surface of the cells and eventually be decomposed in the liver. This is why isoflavones can prevent breast cancer and the female reproductive system cancers in women. This is also why trifolium proteins coffee may help young women to alleviate the premenstrual syndromes such as mood swing, bloating, breast tenderness, and lower abdominal cramps before and during the menstruation. Let's take a look at menopausal women. The natural estrogen level is very low, so most estrogen receptors will be open. Isoflavones will bind with them bit by bit and play their roles in mimicking the estrogen, but its amount can't completely replace the loss of natural estrogen. This is why trifolium proteins coffee can alleviate the signs and symptoms of menopausal syndrome, but can't totally reverse the menopause. They can prolong the time before you really become old, but it can't turn an old woman into a young one. The second ingredient of trifolium proteins coffee is a kudu vine root. Kudu helps alleviate menopausal and premenopausal symptoms, such as hot flashes and night sweats. Due to its estrogen-like characteristics, though research on kudus for symptoms of menopause had been conflicting, some studies suggest that taking kudzu by mouth can reduce hot flashes and improve vaginal dryness in women going through menopause. Additionally, it might help improve mental abilities of postmenopausal women. The Center for Food Safety in Hong Kong indicates that the roots of kudzu vine root, which has been consumed by native Thai for generations for relief of postmenopausal symptoms, works due to its phytoestrogen content, including isoflavones, deoxymyroestrol, and myroestrol. It has been used as an ingredient in some foods or in dietary supplements for improving hot flashes and night sweats in perimenopause perimenopausal and postmenopausal women, while reducing blood lipids. Trifolium Pratense coffee also contains flaxseed, which is a rich source of omega-3 fatty acids. Dietary omega-3s have become well known for their benefits related to general heart health. But you may not know that omega-3s offer specific benefits for women. Number one, maintain heart health. EPA has an important influence on the body, serving a supportive role that helps the body maintain healthy functioning, especially concerning the cardiovascular system. For example, a healthy intake of EPA omega-3 fatty acids helps support a healthy heart rate, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels already within the healthy range. Maintaining healthy blood pressure can support healthy circulation, which has many additional benefits. Number two, to see discomfort during menstruation. The uncomfortable symptoms associated with monthly periods can get in the way of daily life for many women. Although it is not a miracle cure, there is some evidence that omega-3 fatty acids may be able to provide temporary relief for menstrual discomfort by supporting overall wellness. Number three, support cognitive function. EPA is associated with general emotional wellness. The combination of DHA and EPA can also support cognitive functioning. These omega-3s may support memory, concentration, and motor skills. This support is especially helpful throughout aging. So, these nutrients are great for helping you stay sharp. Number four, maintain bone and joint health. Women have an increased risk of developing issues with bone density and joint problems compared to men, especially throughout aging. As estrogen levels decrease, as a result, it is helpful for women to receive extra support for their bones and joints wherever possible. Omega-3 fatty acids play an important role in supporting bone strength and density, as well as proper calcium absorption. These essential nutrients can also help support healthy joints with the potential to soothe discomfort and stiffness. Rose have been used as a well-known metaphor for women. Actually, rose have been used in different cultures to improve women's health. Number one, soothe emotions. Rose is rich in volatile oils with slightly soothing effects, helping to relieve stress and anxiety. This property is especially beneficial to women with either PMS or premenopausal syndrome. Number two, accelerate blood circulation. Rose helps accelerate blood circulation enhanced by the antioxidants in this herb. It delays aging and keeps the skin soft and elastic. Consuming Trifolium Pratense coffee, you may cultivate the following health benefits: delay aging and keep the skin soft and elastic, relieve PMS in young women, relieve menopausal and premenopausal syndromes, improve women's sexuality. Another coffee is designed for men. It's ashwagandha coffee with main ingredients as ashwagandha. Oyster peptides, Eucommia almoides, male flower, and raspberry. Ashwagandha improves sperm count and vitality. Oyster peptides contain viruses, vitamins, taurine, calcium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, and other nutrients, which can help enhance male sexual ability and improve sperm quality. Raspberry improves the blood circulation of the penis and enhances the excitability of the nerves in the genitals, which can effectively prevent male erectile dysfunction. Male flower or Eucommia almoides tonifies the liver and kidneys, strengthens muscles and bones, and is used for kidney deficiency, lower back pain, and weakness of muscles and bones. The most important ingredient of ashwagandha is ashwagandha, Withenia somnifera, also known as Indian winter cherry or Indian ginseng, is an evergreen shrub that's found in India, Africa, and parts of the Middle East. Ashwagandha has long been used in Ayurvedic medicine to increase energy, improve overall health, and reduce inflammation, pain, and anxiety. Ayurvedic medicine is a traditional medicine system in India. It's a healing tradition that uses nutrition, exercise, mindfulness practices, and herbs to promote balance between the body, mind, spirit, and the environment. Modern studies have proved that ashwagandha has the following health benefits in men. Number one, increasing semen volume, sperm count, and sperm motility. More often than not, the basic problem behind male infertility is the number, structure, and mortality of the sperm. Ashwagandha have been seen to improve all these aspects. A 3-month study was conducted to test the sperm generating effect of ashwagandha root extract on 46 otherwise healthy men with a low sperm count, oligospermia. The study found that on day 19, as compared to the placebo-treated group, there was 167% increase in sperm count, 43% increase in semen volume, a 57% increase in sperm motility. Number 2, improves semen quality. The quality of the semen in terms of its biochemical composition, such as amino acids, essential salts, vitamins, and antioxidants, also determines a man's sexual health. A couple of studies in India tested the impact of ashwagandha roots on infertile patients for 3 months. They found that ashwagandha, thereby therapy, repaired the disturbed concentrations of salts and amino acids like lactate, citrate, aniline, 还有glycerylphosphatidylcholine, histidine, and phenylalanine in seminal plasma, semen fluid, recovered the quality of semen, improved serum biochemistry, improved sperm count and mortality, recovered the levels of antioxidant enzymes and vitamins A, C, and E, corrected fructose levels in seminal plasma. Number 3, raises testosterone and balances reproductive hormones. Another important factor in male fertility is the balance of reproductive hormones. This is why doctors often ask for tests to assess the levels of testosterone, luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and prolactin in blood. A study found that ashwagandha significantly increased testosterone and luteinizing hormone, which help produce sperm, reduced the levels of follicle-stimulating hormone and prolactin, high levels of which indicate infertility, invigorated the harmonic balance of seminal plasma metabolites and reproductive hormones. 4. Another study later found that ashwagandha improves the levels of testosterone by 17% and luteinizing hormone by 34%. Number 4, improves testicular health and libido. Animal studies have shown that ashwagandha leads to improvements in sexual parameters, presumably by exerting a testosterone-like effect. The herb increases testicular weight, increases the diameter of seminiferous tubules that produce sperm and the number of seminiferous tubular cell layers in the testes, increases the daily generation of sperm, increases prosexual behavior. Number 5, reduces oxidative damage to the sperm. It has been well documented that high levels of reactive oxygen species, ROS, in the semen induce oxidative damage to the sperm and associated with abnormal sperm parameters, leading to infertility. Ashwagandha, an effective antioxidant, can fight such damage. It also inhibits lipid peroxidation, or the oxidation of the fat layers in sperm cell membranes, lowers protein carbonyl content, which is a biomarker of oxidation-related stress in the body, reduces oxidative stress by counteracting the formation of ROS in infertile men and improving levels of various antioxidants. Number 6, counters stress, anxiety, and depression. Stress, anxiety, and depression plays a key role in sexual dysfunction. This is because these conditions raise the levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which in turn increases oxidative damage. Ashwagandha can decrease the frequency and severity of instances where stress inhibits male sexual behavior. This is by virtue of ashwagandha's adaptogenic and anxiolytic properties. That is, its ability to modulate the body's response to stress and reduce anxiety. Respectively, this herb can reduce cortisol levels by 28%, decrease stress by 44%, and depression and anxiety by 72%. The second ingredient is oyster peptides. Research has shown that oyster peptides can effectively increase serum testosterone levels and enhance male sexual function. We utilize peptide molecule technology to produce small molecule peptides through enzymatic hydrolysis during oyster processing. It is easier to absorb than directly eating oysters, thus amplifying the effect of oysters. In addition, oyster peptides contain various vitamins, taurine, calcium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, and other nutrients, which can help enhance male sexual ability and improve sperm quality. The third ingredient is male flower of Eucommia moides. Eucommia almoides is divided into female trees and male trees. The male flowers of Eucommia almoides are the flowers of male trees. The male Eucommia almoides tree blooms first and then sprouts in spring each year. When new leaves and branches don't bloom, it forms flower buds and opens early, avoiding robbing nutrients from the growth of leaves and branches. Like a pregnant woman provides all required nutrients to the growth of the fetus. Eucommia almoides first satisfies the needs of the stamens of its male flowers. Because of this, the male flowers of Eucommia almoides contain rich nutrients, which can be called the essence of the whole Eucommia almoides. Eucommia almoides male flowers are rich in amino acids, minerals, and flavonoids. At the same time, Eucommia almoides male flowers stimulate the pituitary adrenal cortex system, which can enhance the function of the adrenal cortex, thus having a good kidney nourishing effect. In the pharmacopoeia of the People's Republic of China, it is also recorded that Eucommia almoides tonifies the liver and kidney, strengthens muscles and bones, and is used for kidney deficiency, lower back pain, and weakness of muscles and bones. Long-term consumption of Eucommia almoides can delay aging and help with weight management. The fourth ingredient is raspberry. Raspberries have a certain auxiliary effect on improving male function. Raspberry belongs to a type of traditional Chinese medicine, which has functions such as tonifying the kidney, consolidating essence, stabilizing meridians, nourishing the liver, and improving eyesight. Therefore, it has the effect of nourishing the liver and kidney and strengthening yang. It has a good effect on kidney deficiency caused by kidney yang deficiency. Raspberries can improve the blood circulation of the penis and enhance the excitability of the nerves in the genitals, which can effectively prevent male erectile dysfunction. Ashwagandha coffee is able to relieve the chronic fatigue in men. It helps to revitalize and boost the kidney function. According to TCM, kidney meridian governs the urinary tract, kidney, and reproductive system. This helps better detoxes and enhance sexuality of men. Ashwagandha coffee can be recommended to male adults who feel fatigue or those who have back pain and cold extremities. It can also be used for enhancing sexuality of men. Take 1 sachet of coffee into the cup, add 100 to 200 milliliters of hot water, and mix it well. It will be ready for consumption. Moderate consumption of coffee provides health benefits, so daily consumption shouldn't be over 4 cups. Caution needs to be taken when consuming functional coffee. Generally, coffee is not recommended to those with gastroesophageal reflux. Not recommended to those with insomnia. Not recommended to those with arrhythmia. Not recommended to those with glaucoma. Not recommended to children, pregnant, or nursing women. So people won't take a dietary supplement as part of their life, but they won't resist switching to functional coffee. Functional coffee will improve your health gradually and surely. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Linda. Thank you for your sharing with us about the functional coffee. And now I'm gonna share with you another two products that we have in Green Road. Now I will share the screen. Well, so this is blueberry concentrate. We know that in Green Road, blueberry series products are the key product in our portfolio. So among those blueberry series products, blueberry concentrate is very popular in Asian market of Green Road, especially in China and Southeast Asia. Distributors in these areas consider it the top one product among blueberry series. Well, let's see. Blueberries have enjoyed fame in the past few decades. This fruit was certified as heart healthy by the American Heart Association in 2019. Blueberries were an important source of food for Native Americans for thousands of years prior. They keep longer in storage than many other similar berries, making them an important forage crop that Native Americans dried and stored for winter. They were eaten fresh when in season and incorporated into a variety of basic stews and other food combinations. In addition, Native Americans' use of blueberries for medical purposes was widespread, including the use of roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits in various preparations. Studies and researches have shown that blueberries have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-aging properties. They play important roles in regulating blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood lipid levels. These fruits also have certified effects on protecting the brain and eye functions. Well, let's see blueberries' antioxidant properties. When our body uses oxygen, it creates free radicals as a byproduct. When we are exposed to pollution, cigarette smoke, and alcohol, pesticides, radiation, even some medicines, our body also produces free radicals. They don't get along with your body. In fact, they damage cells, and the damage caused by those free radicals is called oxidative stress. Stress isn't good for your body, especially oxidative stress. If you are young and healthy, your body does a pretty good job of dealing with these free radicals, and you likely won't even notice anything. But if you don't eat right, smoke, or are exposed to a lot of environmental sources of free radicals, your risk for cellular and organ damage goes up. Blueberry and its products may help combat the free radical damage. Blueberry contains abundant amount of nutrients such as vitamin C, beta-carotene, selenium, vitamin E, and a series of phytonutrients such as anthocyanins, SOD, the superoxide, and pterostobin. These substances may help prevent free radicals from harming cells and reduce oxidative stress. So they are called antioxidants. They can donate electrons to the free radicals to calm them down. Blueberry protects our cells against free radicals attack. So let's see another one. Long-term oxidative stress results in chronic inflammation. Such a sustained inflammatory response may result in lasting damage to healthy tissues and organs. In fact, chronic inflammation is implicated in the development and progression of various diseases, including cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, metabolic disease, neurodegenerative disease, and even cancers. Studies have shown that adults who consumed blueberry powder every day produced significantly more natural killer cells, which are one of the immune cells than those who didn't consume the powder. Natural killer cells are the special force of the army. They don't depend on specific markers uh, to activate them. They themselves have the ability to recognize and kill stressed cells in the absence of antibodies and markers. This mechanism allows faster immune response. So the anti-inflammatory effects of blueberry help reduce the risk of many chronic diseases. Well, let's talk about blueberries' anti-aging properties. In studying longevity benefits of various compounds, scientists often use fruit flies as a laboratory model of aging. Fruit flies are well suited for space biology research because maintaining a large population requires few resources and little equipment. Also, their Short life cycle allows scientists to study several generations in a single month. What researchers discovered is that fruit flies live 10% longer when fed a regular diet containing blueberry extract. Not only do the fruit flies live longer, but they also show improved levels of physical activity. These enhancements arise both from increased tolerance of oxidative stress and from beneficial changes in the way certain important genes are expressed. Still more dramatic lifespan extension has been shown in another aging model called C. elegans. C. elegans is a non-hazardous, non-infectious, non-pathogenic, non-parasitic organism. It is small, growing to about 1 millimeter in length, and lives in the soil, especially rotting vegetation, in many parts of the world, where it survives by feeding on microbes such as bacteria. They are used as lab animals for their simplicity in studies. After supplementation with blueberry extract, these organisms lived an average of 28% longer, and the maximum lifespan increased by 14%. The supplemented animals showed a 20% reduction in an age-related protein that impairs function, and vastly improved tolerance of stress in their environment. Mammals experience increased longevity and slowed aging processes when fed blueberry extract, as shown by a study of mice on calorie restriction. When calorie-restricted mice had blueberry extract added to their food ration, they not only outlived the normally fed mice, but also the calorie-restricted mice who were not given the supplement as well. So that is why blueberry helps with anti-aging. Now let's see another property in lowering blood pressure. Research found that after taking a drink containing 200 grams of whole wild blueberries every day for a month, the participants show their artery widens when blood flow increases. This is a marker of reduced cardiovascular disease risk. Afterward, the researchers found that flow-mediated dilation improved by about 2% within 2 hours of consuming the blueberry drink, and the effect was sustained after 1 month of daily consumption. Also, systolic blood pressure fell by an average of 5 millimeters of mercury. The effect was similar to that from common blood pressure drugs over the same period. Blueberry anthocyanins could increase the nitric oxide production at the interior wall of the arteries, resulting in dilation of the blood vessels. Besides, blueberry products are safer and can be consumed in a long period of time compared with those medications controlling blood pressure. Now let's see another property of blueberry in lowering the blood sugar levels. Though blueberries contain natural sugar, they are also loaded with vitamins, phytonutrients, and fiber to help support overall health. Anthocyanins in blueberries may reduce the amount of glucose produced in the liver, which is especially important for people with diabetes. Studies have shown that after consuming blueberries for 8 weeks, markers of type 2 diabetes, including hemoglobin A1C, fructosamine, triglycerides, and liver enzymes, have improved. This means if you have diabetes, you don't need to avoid blueberries out of concern over the sugar content. In fact, including blueberries in your diet may offer health benefits and help manage your diabetes. Another one, lab animals were fed a diet that consisted of blueberries, taking up to about 4% of their daily food intake. In these studies, it was noted that total cholesterol levels were lowered by at least 8%, and LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, was lowered by up to 15% after 8 weeks. And in one study on human, it was noted that drinking a 1 liter mixture of freeze-dried and fresh blueberries lowered oxidized LDL by 28%. Oxidized LDL is a type of LDL that can promote the formation of atherosclerosis. That means it is a bad one. Lipid-lowering nutrients in blueberries are playing different role in lipid management. One study noted that the chemical pterostobin found in blueberries may bind to the PPAR alpha, which is a protein, reduces the amount of lipids in the blood and works similar to fibrates, which are a class of lipid-lowering medications. Anthocyanin has been shown to lower the oxidation of LDL, the bad cholesterol. Fiber also contained in other fruits and veggies can also help lower LDL cholesterol. Phytosterols have been shown in studies to slightly lower LDL levels. Resveratrol is thought to lower lipid levels by targeting cholesterol ester transfer protein. Studies have shown that when this protein is not functioning properly, your lipid levels may become elevated. So this is how blueberry helps with our blood lipid levels. Another one, brain protection. This superfruit, blueberry, has also gained a reputation for being a top brain food that can boost cognitive function and improve memory, even in old age. Daily consumption of this brain berry has been found to slow memory impairments and motor coordination that are typically associated with aging. The native North American fruit, whether it's consumed fresh, frozen, canned, or as an extract, can deliver 6 brain benefits, from preventing or treating dementia to improving memory. First one, lowers dementia risk. Our cognitive function tends to decline as we age, but it's better preserved when we follow a diet rich in antioxidants, like blueberries. In a recent study, researchers found healthy older adults aged 65 to 77 who drank 30 milliliters of concentrated blueberry juice had a significant increase in brain activity, blood flow, and even memory compared to the placebo group. Secondly, reduces effects of Alzheimer's. The antioxidants in blueberries can provide a real benefit in improving memory and cognitive function in older adults, and potentially prevent Alzheimer's disease, which is a form of dementia that affects parts of the brain that control thought, memory, and language. Researchers from the University of Cincinnati conducted tests and a brain scan on older adults who were beginning to show signs of mild cognitive impairment, which is a risk factor for Alzheimer's. The participants were placed into two groups. One group ate a placebo powder once a day for 16 weeks, while the other consumed a freeze-dried blueberry powder equivalent to a single cup of berries. Adults who ate the blueberry powder showed an improvement in memory and improved access to words and increased activity in the brain. Also, blueberry prevents age-related memory loss and other changes because they can help the brain stay healthy via compounds that protect brain cells from free radicals. A 2012 study suggests berry fruits change the way neurons in the brain communicate, therefore preventing inflammation in the brain that can contribute to neuron damage and improve both motor control and cognition. Also, adding blueberries to your diet can increase the birth rate of brain cells in the hippocampus, which is the brain region responsible for memory, according to a 2002 study by the U.S. Agricultural Research Service. Aged rats were fed blueberry supplements equal to 1 cup of blueberries in humans for 2 months. These rats experienced improved memory performance via the hippocampus, which is one of the few brain areas that continuously replaces neurons. Also, eating a bowl of blueberries can significantly improve concentration and memory 5 hours later. A 2009 study conducted at Reading University found participants who drank a blueberry smoothie in the morning did much better at mental tasks in the mid-afternoon than those who had a different drink. Those who didn't have a blueberry smoothie saw their performance decline by 15 to 20%. British researchers believe that the antioxidants in blueberries stimulate the flow of blood and oxygen to the brain, keeping the mind active. Also, blueberries can deliver a dose of happiness to people who suffer from depression. A 2016 study found eating blueberries can help reduce the genetic and biochemical drivers behind depression and suicidal tendencies linked to post-traumatic stress disorder. Researchers noted some of the PTSD-like rats fed blueberries, equivalent to 2 cups per day, showed a decrease in SK-A2 levels, which is a gene expressed at abnormally low levels in people who have committed suicide in the blood. And the brain's prefrontal cortex and hippocampus compared to non-PTSD rats. The findings suggest blueberries can have an effect on the expression of this gene. Previous research also supports a blueberry-enriched diet can increase levels of serotonin in the brain, which might help alleviate depression for people with PTSD. Overall, the superfruit can improve mental health. Let's see another one. According to CNN, berries, one of the highest food sources of antioxidants, are one of the healthiest foods for your eyes. Blueberries, packed with nutritious vitamins and minerals, are of particular benefit in maintaining eye health. The nutritious elements of blueberries could help prevent many disorders that eventually lead to impaired vision or blindness. According to Life Extension magazine, blueberries may have benefits for the eyes beyond what is even known. Blueberries packed 14 milligrams of vitamin C per cup. Vitamin C is crucial in protecting the body from free radicals, which are unstable molecules and damage the eyes and cause disease. According to the Journal of Ophthalmolecular Medicine, vitamin C reduces intraocular pressure, decreasing the potential for developing glaucoma. Glaucoma, which refers to various eye conditions that damage the optic nerve, is the second most common cause of blindness among the world. Vitamin C also helps maintain connective tissue in the eye and may prevent macular degeneration. Vitamin A is an antioxidant found in blueberries as well. 80 international units per cup of berries, which also protects the eyes from damage caused by free radicals, and generally promotes eye health in a variety of ways. It helps fight inflammation of the eye and even be beneficial in the treatment of dry eyes. 1 cup of blueberries contains 0.24 milligrams of zinc, which is another important mineral for eye health. It also helps protect against macular degeneration and night blindness, allowing better eye adjustment in dark conditions. Zinc also helps the body better absorb other vitamins like vitamin A. The vitamin E in blueberries may help stop the formation of cataracts or clouding of the eye lens. Blueberries also contain anthocyanins, like I said, which are flavonoid pigments that act as antioxidants. In addition to promoting similar health benefits to other antioxidants for the eyes, anthocyanins maintain general eye health. Additionally, they may reduce inflammatory eye disease and even diabetic retinopathy or damage to the eye due to living with diabetes. Well, our green road selects the plump and juicy fruits from blueberry plantations in Canada. And we import the freeze-dried blueberry directly from the original source as the raw material of our blueberry concentrate. Since this will well preserve the nutrients of the blueberries such as antioxidants, vitamin C, and other phytonutrients. They are as healthy as fresh. Observing good agriculture practice specification, these blueberries are selective in its growing environment. Blueberries grow in acidic soil with pH value of 5, and they need loose, moist, and fertile soil with ideal air permeability and drainage. Their roots are long and bushy, which extend to over 60 centimeters deep. The living soil layer on which the blueberries grow need to be over 60 centimeters. And blueberries prefer cooling weather, but not extremely cold. The lowest temperature should be above minus 15 degrees Celsius. And also they need full sun for optimal vigor. They should get at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight daily. They are suitable for growing on highland or plateaus at altitudes of 900 to 3,200 meters. That's why Canada is a good area for blueberry plantation. Well, also this is why blueberries are not such ordinary fruits like apples or orange. These tiny berries are easy to get bruised. So from the harvest to storage, transport, and distribution, they can easily get spoiled. So it needs high tech to produce blueberry products. Greenwood adopts cutting-edge technique to produce blueberry concentrate. The first technique is the low-temperature vacuum drying technique, which has some distinctive characteristics, such as higher drying rate, lower drying temperature, and oxygen deficit processing environment. These features are beneficial and help to improve the quality and nutritional value of the dried fruits. The second is the low temperature vacuum extraction technology. It ensures that all the nutritional content of the berries, as the raw materials, are well preserved at a low temperature of 37 degrees, similar to our body temperature. The vacuum technique allows no exposure to the oxygen and no acidic breakdown procedure. By doing this, it preserves the antioxidant property of the blueberry. Besides, the concentration technique makes one bottle of blueberry concentrate contain nutrients equivalent to 300 grams of fresh berries. These techniques also ensure the rapid and effective absorption of blueberry anthocyanins. It is reported that anthocyanins are directly absorbed by epithelial cells in the stomach and the small intestine in the human body. They were identified in the bloodstream within minutes of consumption of blueberry. So the serum concentration generally reaches its peak at 1 to 2 hours post-ingestion. After ingestion, anthocyanins are converted to a large number of products via biochemical events and microbial metabolism. Clearance time for anthocyanin metabolites varies widely. To illustrate, within 6 hours after humans ingested the anthocyanin, uh, the substantial CO2 was detected in exhaled breath, which demonstrated rapid and complete anthocyanin catabolism. However, over 50% of the 13 carbons still remained in the body after 48 hours, which suggests blueberry anthocyanins remain in human body after 48 hours after consumption. These can be found in bile, small and large intestine, as well as various body tissues. This suggests that blueberry anthocyanins constantly work on our body tissues for a reasonably long period of time. So the antioxidant contents in dried blueberries vary significantly due to the processing methods, and the fresh berries are only available in the market for a very short period of time. Besides, the price could be very high. Even if you can afford eating such delicacy every day, it could be out of season in most time of the year. One bottle of green-rolled blueberry concentrate contains vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients equivalent to 300 grams of fresh blueberries. Comparing the price of the product, blueberry concentrate is much more cost-effective than fresh berries. By the way, it can be taken wherever you are or wherever you go. Once you open the bottle, please consume it immediately. If you want to leave it for the rest of the day, keep it sealed and put it in fridge, because exposing the liquid to oxygen for long will reduce its antioxidant properties. Green-rolled blueberry concentrate can be safely taken if somebody is also on medication. It's particularly good at preventing and alleviating certain chronic diseases. Well, that's all for the first part, the blueberry anthocyane, blueberry concentrate of today's session. Well, let's see another one. Now I'm going to stop sharing this one and move on to another one. Oh, okay. So the second topic of my part is probiotics toothpaste. Well, there is a unique microbiology system in our mouth, oral microbiome, which is different from the microbiome in our gut. A total of 6 million germs in around 700 different species resides in our oral cavity. Like most communities, our mouth has safe neighborhoods and scary ones. Some bacteria are harmful, such as Streptococcus mutans, which feeds on sugar and starchy carbs that produces acids that erode our tooth enamel. It's also one of the main causes of tooth decay and other oral diseases. Porphyromonas gingivalis generally is not harmful, but shows up when gums are diseased. If left untreated, it can destroy gum tissue, and the alveolar bone that supports our teeth. However, there are also nice microbes. Lactobacilli. Probiotics often found in yogurt and fermented foods can fight off harmful bacteria. The WHO Global Oral Health Status Report estimated that oral diseases affect close to 3.5 billion people worldwide, with 3 out of 4 people affected living in middle-income countries. With growing urbanization and changes in living conditions, we are exposed to more highly processed food and beverages with high sugar content and affordability. On the contrary, less access to oral health care services in the community. We generally believe that toothache is not a major health issue. All these contribute to oral health conditions and other diseases associated with poor oral health. Our oral health is more important than we might realize. It offers clues about our overall health. And the problems in our mouths can affect the rest of our body. Toothache, tooth decay, or gum diseases actually open a window to our overall health. A normal adult mouth has 28 to 32 teeth, which have erupted by about age 13. The teeth are the hardest substances in the human body. Besides being essential for chewing, the teeth play an important role in speech. Parts of the teeth include enamel, which is the hardest white outer part of the tooth. Enamel is mostly made of calcium phosphate, a rock-hard mineral, but it also has weakness. It can easily demineralize by acids produced by our oral bacteria. This temporary demineralization is what we usually mean decay. Second layer is dentin, which is a layer underlying the enamel. It is hard tissue that contains microscopic tubes. When the enamel is damaged, heat or cold can enter the tooth through these paths and cause sensitivity or pain. Another layer, pulp, which is the softer living inner structure of teeth. Blood vessels and nerves run through the pulp of the teeth. Another layer, cementum, which is a layer of connective tissue that binds the roots of the teeth firmly to the gums and jaw bone. Another layer, periodontal ligament, which is tissue that helps hold the teeth tightly against the jaw. Our teeth are supported by gum and alveolar bone. They are so strong and powerful to crush nuts due to the solid support by the surrounding tissues. The teeth are like trees extending their roots into the soil. The gum and alveolar bone are like soil nourishing the teeth. Once the gum is diseased, if left untreated, the soil will become loose and fail to give its support to the teeth, leading to periodontal disease. Many people believe that tooth loss is unavoidable during aging process. In fact, tooth loss is pathogenic rather than physiologic. Tooth loss doesn't necessarily mean periodontitis, but over half of the tooth loss is caused by gum diseases. While tooth decay is toothache is the most negligible condition. At the early stage, we just buy some painkillers to relieve the pain. This is the way we know about how to deal with a toothache. But painkillers don't remove the root cause of our toothache. Eating more fruits and vegetables, drinking pudding plus tea can help relieve the pain and alleviate the inflammation. But if the causes are still there, it could happen again and again. If the first stage is left untreated, periodontitis could progress to the next stage. We could have swollen gum, severe toothache, even suppurative periodontitis. This is when we have full smelling breath. Now what you need is antibiotics. If the inflammation is still uncontrolled, the gum diseases could enter the late stage when alveolar bone gets rotten, the tooth gets laxated and probably falls. Are oral problems serious? Periodontitis as a local infectious disease does not only cause tooth loss and decay, but increase our risks of other serious, even killing diseases. Now let's take a look at how periodontitis is linked to other health conditions. First one, cardiovascular disease. Which is the first disease as one of the consequences of periodontitis. Research data has shown that compared to those with normal oral health, the risk of having coronary heart disease in people with periodontitis is 1.5 times higher, and the risk of having stroke twice higher. A strain of bacterium called hemolytic Streptococcus A is often present in our oral cavity, which is a normal colonization group of human respiratory and gastrointestinal tract bacteria. It is an opportunistic pathogen, meaning it can cause harm when your immunity is functioning abnormally. These bacteria remain harmonious with us when our immune system works properly. But when the immunity is down, it enters our bloodstream and causes serious problems. Hemolytic Streptococcus A have a molecular structure on their surface that is very similar to the structure of a protein that promotes platelet aggregation. It can be wrapped into a lump formed of blood platelets. Since it is enveloped nicely, it can hardly be killed by antibiotics. In the long run, it could result in thrombosis. Once we have oral ulcers or periodontitis, hemolytic Streptococcus A, which resides in dental plaque, could enter into our bloodstream. When their number is huge and our immunity is low, they could reach our heart and cause infective endocarditis. The tiny thrombus, could attach to the walls of our heart chambers and valves. When our heart contracts, the thrombus could break away from the wall of the heart chambers and blocks one of our arteries. When it happens in the arteries supplying blood to our heart, we could have heart attack. When it happens in the blood vessels supplying blood to our brain, we could have stroke. Another one, diabetes. Periodontitis has been listed as the sixth diabetes could be as the sixth complication of diabetes. Periodontitis and diabetes could be a reciprocal causation. The prevalence of periodontal disease in diabetes is as high as 80% to 90%, which is 3 times higher than that in non-diabetic group. Blood with high sugar levels serves a favorable culture for bacteria. This explains why diabetic patients could have severe, hard-to-control, and long periods of infection. When we have persistent periodontitis, inflammatory mediators are constantly produced and released to the bloodstream. These chemicals can inhibit glycogen synthesis, reduce insulin sensitivity, which create obstacles to blood sugar control. Serious dental or oral diseases could aggravate circulatory and vascular complications of diabetes, leading to angina, stroke, heart failure, and other life-threatening conditions. In addition, epidemiological data show that the prevalence of diabetes in patients with periodontitis is almost twice that in patients without periodontitis. Pregnant women with severe periodontitis are 7.5 times more likely to have premature low birth weight babies than pregnant women with healthy periodontitis. Most of bacteria causing tooth plaque are anaerobic. Periodontitis caused by these bacteria could trigger local inflammation. The cytokines produced by immune cells, together with the toxins released by these bacteria, may trigger overall immune responses. Bacteria, toxins produced by them, and immune mediators could cross placenta barrier and enters into the body of the fetus. They seriously affect the development and growth of the fetus, resulting in adverse pregnancy outcomes, including low birth weight baby. A Mayo Clinic study in the United States has found that starting to lose teeth before the age of 35 is one of the risk factors for Alzheimer's disease. If your dental or oral condition is poor, the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease will increase. Well, here comes the evidence. Since serious periodontitis is irreversible, Scientists choose mice over humans to study the relation between this disease and Alzheimer's disease to avoid ethical issues. They divided mice into two groups, one as the experimental group and other as the control group. The experimental group was fed with Prophylomonas gingivalis, one strain of gram-negative anaerobic bacteria residing in our mouth. After having been fed with such bacteria for 22 weeks, the mice in experimental groups were found to have developed more beta amyloid, which is a characteristic metabolic waste product in the fluid between brain cells, than the control group. Generally, we believe buildup of beta amyloid is linked to impaired brain function in Alzheimer's disease. In addition, experimental group demonstrated more inflammation and less healthy neurons than the control group. So this experiment, together with others, have suggested that the link between periodontitis and Alzheimer's disease. Periodontal disease may also be associated with a high incidence of certain cancers. A 14.7-year study conducted by Tufts University in the United States found that people with severe periodontitis had an average 24% higher risk of various cancers than those with mild or no periodontitis. Specifically, the risk of lung cancer increased by 133%, and the risk of colorectal cancer increased by 51%. With a consistent ulcer and inflammation in the mouth, our immune system rallies immune cells to our mouth. We take police force as an example. For instance, there is an area needs 100 police officers to patrol and control the security. In the same area, a special community requires 50 police officers to work there. Only half of the police force is left for the same area. With the weakened police force, there could be more crimes, and this area becomes more dangerous. Same thing happens in our body. Generally, we need the whole immune system to conduct surveillance over the cancer cells in our body. It is estimated that there are around a few hundred to a few thousand cancer cells produced in our body every day. When our immune system is functioning properly, cancer cells can be identified and killed instantly. Once our immune system is down, some cancer cells could escape the immune surveillance and survive. This increases the risk of various types of cancer. So the occurrence of periodontitis wastes our immune resources. In other words, if we prevent the periodontitis, we could use our valuable immune resources on controlling more dangerous diseases. So our probiotics toothpaste contains probiotic strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus salivarius, and Lactobacillus paracasi. They can provide many benefits in oral care. Uh, in oral care, firstly, they breaking down dental plaque. These probiotics inhibit harmful bacteria, disrupting the stubborn structure of dental plaque, helping to clean the biofilm on the tooth surface and reducing plaque formation. Secondly, inhibiting odor-causing bacteria. Probiotics can compete with odor-causing bacteria for survival space, suppressing the growth of harmful bacteria, thereby reducing or eliminating bad breath. By regulating the balance of oral microbiota, probiotics reduce sulfur compounds and other substances that cause unpleasant odors, ensuring long-lasting fresh breath. Also, these probiotics inhibit the proliferation of harmful bacteria and promote the growth of beneficial bacteria, rebuilding a healthy oral microbiota ecosystem. By reducing the number of pathogenic bacteria, such as Porphyromonas gingivalis and other periodontal pathogens, these probiotics help lower the risk of conditions like periodontitis and maintain long-lasting antibacterial effects. Okay, I assume we all know how to brush our teeth. Still, I'd like to address the importance of brushing our tongue gently after we brush our teeth. Our tongue is covered with a moist coating known as mucosa, and it has millions of tiny bumps called papillae. These papillae give the tongue its rough texture. This bumpy surface can collect bits of food and of course millions of bacteria. So don't forget to clean our tongue when we brush our teeth. Oh, here is another issue. When is the best time to brush our teeth? This may sound weird. First, let's take a look at the stiffen curve. The stiffen curve shows the effect of eating and drinking in your mouth clearly in a graphical form and is crucial in helping you understand dental decay. It uses the pH scale. pH is simply a measure of how acidic an environment is. 7 is the neutral point. Anything underneath that is acidic, and anything above it is alkaline or basic. The further away from neutral you get, the stronger this acid or alkaline environment. So the crucial pH level in your mouth is 5.5. When the pH drops below this point, that your teeth start to demineralize or dissolve. Some interesting things to note, you can see pretty much every time you eat something, the pH drops below the critical point of 5.5. It takes 30 to 40 minutes for your saliva to get you back to the same zone, to the safe zone. The longer you snack for, the longer you are at risk and the longer it takes for your mouth to recover. If you have something else sugary to eat before your saliva has done its job, boom, your curve heads straight back down into acid territory, aka the danger zone, and your teeth continue to demineralize. So it's clear to us that within 30 minutes after meal is definitely not a good time to brush your teeth. And wait, after 30 minutes after meal, you may brush your teeth. In fact, the headline of this slide should be "The Worst Time for Brushing Teeth." In addition to the timing, what else do we get from the diagram? How does this diagram translate into practical terms? Okay, let's see how the diet advice from the dentist will correct dangerous elements of the graph. Avoid sugary snacks between meals. This is obvious. Eating more at meal times will help do this. And group sugary things with your meals, particularly sugary drinks. Limit chocolate and sweets, etc. Substitute sugar in coffee and tea with a non-sugar alternative, such as sweetener. Avoid sipping sugary drinks over many hours, such as a bottle of Coke. And drink water in between meals. Also keep sugar clear of nighttime. Nothing sugary before bed, and nothing sugary during the night. Because at night your saliva flow rate drops ever, and woken up with your tongue stuck to the side of your mouth and feel like you have been lost in the desert for a month. That's why. As we have seen, saliva is your natural protection, so anything left in your mouth during this time, that's a lot more danger. That's a lot more damage. So WHO has advocated a 2080 campaign. Actually, it's a goal of oral health maintenance. Through practicing oral hygiene, every one of us is expected to keep 20 teeth at the age of 80. Oral diseases are the consequences of poor oral hygiene. Good oral hygiene practice helps us preserve our valuable immune resources to battle against the real enemies. So, ladies and gentlemen, just keep our teeth clean and healthy with our probiotics toothpaste. So that's all for our today's presentation and product sharing. So let me check if there are any more notes in there. Okay, always learning. Thank you everyone for coming and joining us today. And we will see you next time. Take care everyone and enjoy your weekends.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Shadrin, for sharing with us.
Thank you, Dr. Bogo.
Welcome.